Hi everybody, so I've not filmed like a sit down talk video in a while. I don't know how, I'm not even going to try and guess how long. I know that the last one I uploaded I think was one that I'd filmed ages in advance, so I've literally not filmed a video like this in so long. But I've been so busy this summer, as if you've been watching the vlogs you will have seen, probably. So today I'm doing the my first time video. Now it's not what it sounds like, it is just me talking about my first time doing various different things for the first time, if that makes sense. So like, I've got a list of questions up here and I'm going to be reading them out loud. I've not read them yet, so hopefully there'll be some decent questions in here. And then I will be answering them about different things of different firsts that I have done, if that makes sense. First YouTube video. My first YouTube video was a vlog and it was just slightly over a year ago now, I think, or maybe a bit, maybe it was probably like a year and a month and a bit or something like that. And it was of Cabbage in the Temple. It was like a 2-day long weekend vlog of when me and Amy went to London together on our own to go and see Capital from the Temple. First person subscribed to on YouTube. I actually don't know the answer to this. I'm assuming it's one of my friends, when I was like, guys, I'll just make a YouTube channel, subscribe to me. Can't see my subscribers on here. I might have to look on my laptop later and let you know. I'll write the answer of who was my first subscriber here. First Facebook profile picture. Okay, so I deleted like all my pictures ages ago. Like, you know, like as you get a bit older you look back and you're like, oh my god, why did I put like my profile picture, and you delete it. I'm one of them people that just like deletes everything and just kind of keeps up to date. This picture, that's my first profile picture that I've got at the moment, which wasn't my first profile picture, was when I was 14, so it was a little over 2 years ago probably. And it is, in fact, it is this. Next question, do you still talk to your first love? Now, I wouldn't really say I've had a first love yet. I don't think I've ever been properly in love with anybody ever before, like a boy, or like, well, a boy for me in my case. Obviously I've got first loves like teddies and friends and family and stuff like that, but I'm assuming it means first love is my first relationship, and I don't think I've been in love before yet, so I can't answer that one. What was your first alcoholic drink? My first alcoholic drink was, I think, like my actual drink, like not just tasting like wine or something when I'm really little, was probably with my friend Hannah in like year 5 or something, which is quite bad to think of it, because you're only like 9, 10 that time. But it was a Strongbow. We had, I think, 1 can of Strongbow to share, and we put blackcurrant in it, and that was my first alcoholic drink. What was your first job? I have not yet had a job. I wanted to apply for jobs this summer, like a lot of my friends are doing, and they've all started working. Well, not all, but some of them started working this summer. I've been too busy. I've been on too many holidays, been away too much, not been in Manchester enough to be able to possibly have a job. So I'm going to start applying for jobs in September because I desperately need the money. I can't live off what my mum gives me forever. So my first job is yet to happen. What was your first car? Again, I don't drive yet, unfortunately. I am honestly counting down the days until I can do my test. Well, until I can start my lessons, and then hopefully do so many all the time that I do my test really quickly, hopefully pass the first time, and then get my first car, but again, I can't answer that one. But yeah, my biggest obsession at the moment is driving. Like, it's just on my mind 24/7, driving. Who was the first person that texted you today? I actually don't know if anyone's texted me yet today. I kind of talk on Facebook Messenger more than I talk on text. Let's have a look. No, nobody's texted me today. The first person that messaged me was, it looks like Caris. This like message has been ongoing, I think it was Caris. I'm not sure, it was like Caris or Eva Mia or something, because we're going to Greece tomorrow morning. It's been a few hours really. And that like the people I've been talking to like this morning, like arranging everything properly and everything. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? I don't have a clue. I honestly do not remember. I don't even remember what I did this morning. I woke up and I honestly don't know. I don't know. Where did you go on your first ride on an aeroplane? The first time I can remember going on a plane was, I used to go to Ireland on the plane all the time, but that's just like an hour there, an hour back, or like now I think it's like 40 minutes there. I used to do that all, I didn't finish my sentence then. I used to do that all the time because I've got family in Ireland, but my first like proper plane journey for like to go like properly abroad that I can remember is when I went to Australia when I was 6, I think, 5 or 6, to go and see my best friend. Yeah, before that though, my very first one I was like 2 or something ridiculous. I went to Spain, New York or somewhere, but I don't remember that at all, so I don't really class it because I really don't remember. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? My first best friend was Georgia, who I met when I was like 0. I think I'd maybe just about turned 1, I was like a few months old at playgroup. When we were 5, we moved to Australia, I spoke about before, and yes, we still talk. And I'm heading to go to Australia in the next couple of years to see her because I miss her like crazy and she is still my bestest friend. Where was your first sleepover? Now, I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty certain my first sleepover would have been at my house because when I was younger, I was such a baby and I would not sleep at anybody's house. If I tried to sleep at someone's house, I'd be crying my eyes out, so my mum would have to come and pick me up like in the middle of the night, like really late. I just could not, I don't know what it was, I just couldn't stay at other people's houses. I needed to be in my house. So all my friends, like from being such a young age, had to come and stay at my house, even the ones that didn't really want to. I was like, well, if you don't stay at my house, we're not having a sleepover, so everyone used to come to my house. But yeah. What was the first concert you ever went to? So I used to go apparently to loads of like Disney on Ice and like all them kind of things at the MEN Arena when I was really little. That I don't remember, that's not a proper concert. My first concert I remember was my Glee concert, which was honestly the best night of my life. Like, I used to have the biggest obsession with Glee ever. I was honestly like, I can't even tell you how obsessed I was. It was like crazy. And then I remember my mum, I really wanted to go and see them because they were doing a tour, they were coming to Manchester, and I was like, oh my god, mum, we've got to see them. I can't speak, this is in 2011. And she was looked and the tickets, because we left it so late, like the cheapest one we could find was like £110, and she was like, I can't really afford it, we can't go over it. And I was like, okay, I understand. And then she just kept looking on the computer just in case she found something. And then she was just like, Lil, and then I was like, yeah, and she was like, we're going to see them. And I think the tickets were like £100 each, but she just kind of thought, you know what, I'm going to spend this money because she's so kind like that. And I remember it was New Year's Eve and everyone was just about to come around to my granddad's house, that's where we always have our parties. And I just walked downstairs, I was crying my eyes out, I was absolutely hysterical when she told me she got the tickets. And then Andy was just like, oh my god, Lil, what's wrong, what's happened? And I was like, I'm going to see Glee live. And I had to wait like 9 months, and every day I was like, oh my god. It was the best night of my whole entire life. The second the game was over, flooded in tears. That was the best night of my whole entire life ever. I've been to like lots of really good concerts since then, but nothing will ever top the way I felt on that night and how excited I was for that concert. Like, that is always going to be my best concert because of how happy I was. First broken bone. I have actually never broken a bone. I'm pretty sure I've broken my little toes like a million times. I don't know that for sure. I've never like gone and been like, oh yeah, you broke a bone. So yeah, I've never broke a bone. First piercing. My first piercing is pretty boring, it's pretty typical, was my first ear piercings. Since then I've got my seconds, my thirds, my fourths, my fifth, my cartilage, my forward helix, and my ears are still got lots of big plans for them in the next year or 2. First foreign country you've been to. I think that just means outside of the UK for me, which I said before was Spain when I was really little. First movie you remember seeing. Now when I was younger I had lots of obsessions with films, and apparently I used to watch them on repeat. Day after day after day, and every day when I got to school I'd have this exact same film on and I'd watch it every single morning before school and finish it at night or whatever. And I used to do that for like weeks and weeks at a time, the exact same film, I wouldn't watch anything else. And I think my biggest obsession was The Lion King. I'm pretty sure, I think it was that and Monsters Inc. were my 2 biggest obsessions. And I remember as a kid getting so excited to watch them. And I remember watching Toy Story when I was little. I don't think I was ever like majorly obsessed with that, but I remember watching it. So like they're probably one of my first films. Or maybe like the princess films, and I watched them when I was quite young. When was your first detention? Now I don't know if you do a detention in primary school. I'm pretty sure if you do, then me and Hannah would have got detention a few times for talking too much. We definitely used to get kept behind after lessons and stuff, and we were always separated. We definitely have got kept behind before and like at lunch and stuff. But I don't know if that was classed as detention or we were just staying back to get in trouble. I don't know. My first detention that I can remember properly that was from high school was just for being late. I've got so many late detentions because my bus is the most unreliable bus ever. So I always had like late detentions, like honestly like every single day for a period of time. But I improved on it towards the end of my school time. This one is on the list, but it's not really a first. It says, what was the first, wait, no, that one. It says, if you had one wish, what would it be? That's not really first. But I might have answered this before, I can't remember. I think everyone's is pretty much the same. If you had one wish, I'd stop all suffering in the world, so I'd get rid of any kind of disease, any kind of illness, no matter how small it may be, just any kind of pain or suffering I'd take away from the world. So that means get rid of poverty, get rid of like starvation, get rid of like terrorism, torture, like rapists, murderers. I just basically make the world a nice happy place and nothing wrong happens. What was the first sport you're involved in? That was probably running. I've never been a big fan of sports at all. I can't do any sports to save my life, but for a very long period of time when I was younger, I was really fast at running. I'd probably slam if I try. But I used to always do like the 100-meter sprints at school, like all in primary school sports day, and always came first. And like in high school, and I remember, I think it was like end of year 8, I got beat for my first time, and I ended up in like second. I came like 4th or something ridiculous, and I was like, this is so embarrassing. I've like never lost a race in my life, and that completely knocked my confidence, and I never raced anybody again. What is the first thing you do when you get home? I don't know what it means by get home from where, but probably when I get home from anywhere, the first thing you do is have a wee. I don't know what it is. Mum will always say this, like you could literally be in such a long car journey, not in the toilet at all, and then as soon as you come into your house and you see your door, it's like we both have this thing where we just need a wee. Like it's like knowing the toilet's right there. And it's whatever, like if I come home from school, if I just come home from like being out with my friends, if I come home from like an appointment or something, I just usually go straight to the toilet and have a wee. When was your first kiss? I don't know if I'm going to put this one in. My first peck, which isn't really first kiss, was at the end of year 6, so when I was 11 years old, which I don't know if that's like an average age or if that's young or old, but in year 6 with my boyfriend at the time, and yeah. I remember it so well. It's so funny. And then my proper first kiss was when I was 14 with somebody that I was seeing at the time. So that's all the questions. I don't know how many I just answered, but that is everything. Yeah, I've not done this kind of video in a while, but I'm hoping that I will start having more time soon to do more videos like this because I do enjoy it. They're just a pain to edit. So I have to go now to go and finish packing for Greece and everything. So I will see you soon.